Name 3 countries.
Italy, France, Spain.
Italy, China, France.
You can't repeat.
Well, I don't know what.
Just throw out 3 new ones.
I don't know.
I mean, there's a lot of countries. You got this. You go to college, right?
Yeah.
You go to college.
Yo.
I mean, you have to guess.
Italy, China, France. That's all I know. That's all I know.
Do you know what country you're in right now?
United States.
Okay. Yeah, and like, what's the one above the U.S.?
Canada.
And what's the one below? Below the United States?
Alaska. Antarctica. Whatever. No.
I'm sorry, what?
No, like, what is below the United States? What country?
I don't know.
You don't know?
No.
Wait, I'm sorry, what?
Oh, Mexico?
The border.
Well, is Mexico's like to the side, no?
No, it's from us.
Mexico is not to the side, but...
Well...
So my friend asked me a question. She was like, man, everybody always want to know why I'm single. I get so many likes online, and it's like everybody just want to love me because I'm pretty, but nobody ever stays. And I said, friend, you ever saw a car that is for sale and that look amazing? I'm talking about the tires nice, rims popping, interior on point, like everything. But then when you go to crank that mug up, it sounds like somebody clearing their throat. I say, that's what you call a lemon. And with lemons, you either try to fix them, but when you realize you put so much money into it, but nothing ever really changed, you get rid of it. Like, you don't keep it. You either give it to somebody else or you junk that mug. I say, I think that's why you single, friend. You might be a lemon. She blocked me.
And the pictures circling online made it look like it was just lame as nobody was dancing. All the girls were just sitting on the side. And guess what? They just shut down after one night. And you want to know why? Because nobody purchased one bottle of alcohol.
Everything women have is because men allow it. The WNBA is a perfect example of the duality of man and the dumbassery of women, right? Because in the WNBA, they lose money every single year. The only reason the WNBA exists is because the NBA, the men allow it and continue paying them for no reason because they're not making any money. Women are the queens of up. They go into male spaces because they feel they should have a right to be in those male spaces. And then once they get in those male spaces, they realize, oh, this means I have to work. This means I have to spend money. This means I have to lift weights. This means I have to do something I didn't want to do. So now I shouldn't have to do that because I'm a woman. No, I wanted to be in a male space. I wanted to be in the military. I wanted to be in the police force. I wanted to be a construction worker, but I shouldn't have to do as many sit-ups or as many push-ups. I shouldn't have to spend money on alcohol to keep the business running. I should just be able to go into the club every time I want and just experience life for free. I should be able to do what I feel like, and I shouldn't have to worry about that. No, men, I don't need a man for anything, but it would be nice if those men kept those clubs open even if they're losing money because I want to have fun. Like, women are quite literally mentally deranged. Men are basically children and men are basically parents. You know when your kid wants to play in the kitchen with you and they want to grab the knife and cut stuff up too, but that's too dangerous, so you go ahead and get some plate for them to around with so they don't hurt themselves but they can still be a part of the group. Yeah, that's what men do for you and pretty much everything. Like, oh, well, you can't really actually do it, but here you go. We'll sacrifice so you're able to feel like you can do it. Unfortunately, in this society, playing pretend isn't good enough anymore. So now women feel as though, no, I should be able to hold the kitchen knife. But the only problem is, if a man gives up that kitchen knife and she hurts herself, she's blaming you for giving her the kitchen knife. If you're a dyke and you're going into the male setting, then that means if there's a club, you got to be the one buying drinks, baby girl. Yeah, it's a lot harder to have fun when you don't have a man providing your ability to have fun, huh? It's a lot harder being in a man's world when you have to actually do what men are expected to do.
The best way, the best strategy to have harmonious conversations, to never ever fight ever again. You never have to have a fight ever again. You have disagreements, But you never have to fight ever again if you start off your conversation with praise.
Now tell me what that looks like in essence, because for some people that could look like...
Give me a scenario and we'll role play.
Not being helpful, not feeling like I'm getting enough help in the home, the chores.
Okay. So if my husband, let's say I hate doing the dishes, which is true because I like my nails look a certain way. I'd have to acknowledge that he does help around the house in some manner. It may not be to the degree that I want. So prior to me speaking to my husband, I'm spending time with the Lord. I'm working on dismantling the lies that I'm telling myself so that when I have the conversation, I don't say things like never or you always. Because that got to come out my system. That's not his to bear. But by the time I come to my husband, I should have already feel so loved and so blessed because I rehearsed in my mind all the things he did well. Because my brain doesn't know that it didn't happen in real time. My brain thought that it happened right in the moment that I was thinking it.
I'm with you.
So when I speak to him, I'm going to esteem him. And I'm going to speak to him in a way that affirms what I love that he does so well. And then it'll be followed up by, is there any chance you can also help me out with the dishes as I do XYZ? So that he knows that I'm not passing something over to him by being lazy. But
he was talking to me. No accountability, just nigga, you mocking me. Like, damn. So, because I'm 6'8", like, I know you be asking the question and shit about, like, girls' heights. Yeah.
My stuff down by you. Like, remember when you proposed?
No, I know.
I'm like, you might need to propose again. Like, I don't know.
Oh, what happened tonight? I gotta propose again. Never wife a hoe, bro.
Excuse you?
I should. Excuse you. Don't even talk to me.
You don't even know her.
Yeah, but I know, like, the type of vibe, the outfits. It's just like, you know what I mean?
Well, girls can't dress for herself?
Well, you're wearing, like, lingerie.
Not even lingerie.
Looks like it.
What's your own opinion?
I know I'm entitled to my opinion. That's why I said what I said. And you said, excuse you. Don't call me a good boy. You guys ruined my interview. He was talking to me. No accountability, just comes up and, like, take my interview. I can't hear anything when you're just talking over me. Like, typical woman, just, like, yap, 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 all over me.
That's okay.
It's not okay. You're interrupting me.
How about a male celebrity who's a 9?
Maybe like Glenn Powell.
Anybody else who...
Ryan Gosling.
So just to be clear, your league is Ryan Gosling and Glenn Powell.
I guess I've dated men that are as attractive as them.
You dated men who were just as attractive as Ryan Gosling.
Yes, I have.
And Glenn Powell. Nick, do you have a photo of Glenn Powell? So, and also like the body too, like that physically fit, like top 1% male.
Yes, I have dated men like that.
I'm not trying to be rude. I'm aware. I'm overweight right now. My dear, you're overweight.
I'm aware of that.
How could you be a 9?
Because I'm not always overweight, just because I'm...
You're currently overweight. You said
okay.
I'm currently a 9.
Okay.
I would argue you're more attractive than Glenn Powell and less attractive than Ryan Gosling, right?
Like
and
average.
Well, my point
she's
here,
more attractive
than Glenn Powell, yes, genuinely 100%. I pinky promise you. Now, what I'm saying here is I wouldn't...
If you paying somebody to change my tire as a man because you can't, I'm looking at you crazy. You know how many don't know how to change a tire? Do you know how many don't know how to use a screwdriver? I'd rather go get a task rabbit to do it because you can't. And that bothers me. Be a man.
But hold on. Hold on.
No, I don't like...
Avoid women like this at all costs.
I've never had a car before. So if you with me, I'm calling AAA. I'm just saying that right now.
But do you know how to do it?
No, I've never had a car. Where am I learning how to change tires?
Your father should have taught you.
I've never been around my father like that.
And you see how the problems is just compounded?
How is that my fault?
You see how where is your dad? I know how to do laundry. I've learned how to do laundry since I was a child. You know why? Because my mama taught me. I know how to clean because my mama taught me. I know how to cook because my mother and my grandmother and my aunts, they taught me how to cook, and other female friends.
She talking about her mama taught her how to do laundry. Her mama taught her how to cook. Apparently her mama didn't teach her how to talk to a man. Apparently her mama didn't teach her how to shut the up.
These are all things that I know how to do. Because as a woman, in certain men's head, these are things that you should know how to do. So in my head, a man should know how to fix a cabinet. A man should know how to change a tire. A man should know how to do and put things up and put them down in my house. And if you don't know how to do it, I'm questioning who raised you.
Why does a man have to know how to do everything that you would consider manly? You don't know how to do everything that's considered womanly. As long as the man you choose know how to get
done, that's all that matters. He ain't got to know how to do everything as long as he know how to get things done. He ain't got to know how to change a tire if he know how to pay for a tire, if he know how to reach out to a service that can get the tire taken care of. I swear women like this lack emotional regulation. They are emotionally immature. Now, obviously, the more things that a man has knowledge on, the more things that he can do. But a woman should not look at a man as less than just because he chooses to let his money take care of the situation. If you got a woman like that in your life right now, get her up out of there.
And, you know, there was a woman that was saying, my friend blocked me after I said this. And essentially what she ended up saying was, because the woman was saying, I can't figure out why a man won't get with me. I'm pretty. I'm pretty. But men really don't seem like they're taking me seriously. She had to explain to her. And I think a lot of modern women, most, you know, women should do this. As I was kind of talking about, you know, in another video that I did, modern women think they're baddies. I think the woman at that point in time, I think she was like 400, 500 pounds, somewhere close to 600 pounds, still talking about, I'm a baddie, I'm this, I'm that. No, you're not. And I'm not even talking about you being beautiful. I'm talking about with your lifestyle and the way that you are right now. You need serious help. And you have to bring them back to reality and instill in them a sense of self-awareness so they understand you're on the wrong track. You're going down the wrong way fast. And that's what you really have to tell these modern women. So when she was like, you know what? Yeah, you are pretty. Yeah, you look great. You know, body is T. But if men keep coming up to you and they keep on getting in relationships with you, but nobody ever sticks, then you might be a limit. You know what I mean? Like you go, you get a car and it looks like it was supposed to, you know, be the greatest thing that you've ever seen or the greatest thing that you've ever driven, and it don't work right. People start junking that. People start giving that away. People leave that to the off to the side of the road, or they try to pawn it off on somebody else. That's what men are doing nowadays. They get in relationship with modern women and they find out, oh shoot, this is not great. This is not what I thought it was. And you get pawned off, and then all of a sudden you're upset because nobody wants you.
By this logic, you'll never have somebody because you're going to always say somebody's better.
A better man than I currently have. And the best thing about it is I still haven't had my best yet.
The more better men she has, the more her body count rises.
Once you decent a man, you learn the one thing that men are actually terrified for you to know, and that is it's always a better man.
So if there's always a better man, what makes you think that that better man wants you? You may not be the better woman.
So yeah, I'm pretty confident in saying I've been kicked out of better places because I have decenter men and inadvertently decenter outcomes.
The woman needs meaning she ain't, and the better man that she said she had didn't want her.
When a relationship doesn't work out, I'm okay with that because I'm not fixated on one particular outcome. I know that whatever outcome that happens was actually supposed to happen, and if it doesn't work in my favor, that's because a better situation is right around the corner.
All this mental gymnastic woman needs word salad. That's cope to say that the better man that she wanted, like I said before, didn't want her.
Add that with the fact that I lead with my standards. So if the last person treated me X, Y, and Z, and I expected X, Y, and Z, the next person is going to treat me X, Y, and Z plus. I also...
Men, let me let you on a little secret. Women deep down know that the older they get and the more money they make, their pool selection drops down. Now, I'm not saying it's impossible for a woman to get a 1% man. However, the same way that you want that 1% man that you think he's better than the last dude you had, other women want him too. His pool selection is way bigger than yours. He could date a woman that's younger, natural, a better body, and less entitled. Women don't want to humble themselves the older they get. Some standards they have is just so unrealistic. Her logic is, I can always do better. And guess what? So can the man.
This is a body language photo assessment of Akash Singh and his wife Jasleen. These two have been all over the vlogs recently discussing how disrespectful she has been to him, as well as accusations that she isn't really that into him. Akash is a well-known comedian and podcaster with a big following, and she has admitted to using his name to build her own platform and online presence, recently making many statements that are detrimental to his brand. The photos and footage I found are definitely consistent with those claims. This is a great example of the consequences of being in an unequally yoked or spiritually unaligned relationship. This is primarily indicated by how depleted he looks in many of their recent photos, while she looks bright and shiny. Typically, this indicates that one person is being poured into to the detriment of the other. So basically, he is pouring into her without reciprocation. As I've mentioned before, you can often tell a lot about the dynamics of a couple based on how they pose together for the camera. You will notice that they have several photos where he is behind her. Think of it as her back turned toward him versus facing each other, or at least being side by side. A couple that has true intimacy will typically face toward each other. In this case, since he is behind her quite often, it's as if he's pursuing her while she's doing her best to create space or distance between them by having her back toward him. She's basically using her back as a buffer to create distance and separate herself from him in their photos. Next, I saw some videos where she looks uncomfortable and as if she's pulling away from him while he's attempting to show affection. And in this video, you can see where it seems like she barely even wants him in the frame. If he already looks this depleted at such a young age, staying married to her long term will only worsen his spiritual, emotional, and psychological health. Will unfortunately, in most cases, eventually lead to some form of ailment or illness.
Can we have a serious conversation about the LBHs, passport bros, like whatever you want to call them? I just don't understand how the most basic level men can leave America, travel to these other countries, and just pull absolute tens, like the hottest girls that you will ever see. And these men, like men that we wouldn't even look twice at, are just pulling them and convincing them to date them. Like, I truly don't understand it. Can someone please explain to me how this is happening and how these men are able to get away with it? Also, like, how can we stop this? It's out of control, and it's getting to a point where it needs to be stopped.
When a passport bro tells me that I'm jealous that American men are leaving the United States and not looking at American women, because the ones that are leaving the United States to go find themselves a bride overseas are exactly the ones that we never wanted. I mean,
How many countries have you been to? Because everywhere I go, men like me. All across this country.
Completely. The level of delusion that these passport bros have to live in to make this arrangement seem like it's based on something genuine and love-filled would be tragic if it weren't so exploitative. Because as a passport bro, you are on borrowed time, right?
Comments from the British and American women mainly, okay, stating that it's so sad how, like, I had to go to South America in order to get laid and get a girlfriend. So of course they're trying to insult me. And to be honest, guys, it's actually just an insult to yourself, okay? You couldn't keep your own men, okay, from England or from America. I'm not even from England. I'm originally from Poland, okay? And there's plenty of beautiful women there, trust me. So your own men are deciding to leave the country. Why is that? Well, women in the West are super masculine. Nobody wants to deal with that. So what do guys do? They go over to Eastern Europe, they go over to South America, they go over to Southeast Asia.
The amount of whores, and I'm gonna just say it, the amount of you dirty whores that jumped on the internet and championed and saluted and applauded a woman sleeping with somebody else while she's pregnant with somebody's child. They need to take all of you whores and put you on a deserted island, not named New York City, and drop a nuke on that mother.
Love when they think like it doesn't matter, like, oh, college. It's just like, and you know why? Because they delete. They say to themselves, well, that one doesn't count. No, that doesn't count. College, okay, senior year doesn't count. I was kind of like feeling like depressed. Just different. It wasn't, let's just That didn't happen, right? What happens in Vegas stays in Vegas crap, right? Meantime, they can't pair bond. They're all damaged. They don't even understand that and love are supposed to go together. They wind up being more likely to cheat on you and stray because they've lost their essence. It's a hot mess.
So as a woman, if I share my body with a man, I shouldn't expect him to want to provide for me? That's what you would teach your daughter? That's what you would teach your daughter?
Oh, teach your daughter, I'm sorry.
She just having with a man that doesn't want to protect and provide for her? Like what?
I rather invest in my female than give my female. And that's the problem.
You never invested in me.
Because you had bad investments. That's why you're in nursing school.
That's not why I'm in nursing school. I've been working on my nursing degree since 2019.
Why you don't have it yet?
I opened the business to help me get through nursing school.
And which was a bad
income.
Which was a bad investment. Right.
First of all, I want to give a shout out to my man Cam for remaining respectful and equanimous, because you could literally feel the acrimony coming from her through your phone screen. Now, I don't want to spend not one moment trying to surmise on every detail of their relationship, so let's just talk about what they put in front of us. In that interview, she never said anything that was negative about his character, but to try to indict his manhood simply because he did not want to blow money on a half-baked desultory business ideal is shameful. Shame on you for trying to get on the internet and make this man seem less of a man. I don't believe Cam was at fault. I don't even believe that it wasn't because he didn't love you. I don't believe it's because he's circumspect. I don't believe that he was trying to be mean. I truly and genuinely believe that you thought because he had money, you can use his money to experiment with. What is your track record? What have you been successful in? What have you done besides get dressed and look cute on Instagram? See, and that's the thing. Modern day women think being beautiful is an accomplishment. But being beautiful is not an accomplishment. Even banks want to know your track record. Even banks want to see that you're profitable. Even banks want to know that they can get an ROI or what that ROI may be. You have to have a track record. What have you been successful at in life where you expect this man to spend hundreds of thousands of dollars hard earned on your desultory ideal? Now, and I get it. You're not going to have all the answers anytime you start a business. But look, check this out. Go be heuristic on your own dime. That man worked hard for his money, and clearly he knows how to build something. He took a podcast that was obscure 5 years ago, and now it has become ubiquitous. So maybe if she would have put her emotions away and listened to him and understood that providing, as she said, providing stretches beyond just paying money financially. It's also providing you a business plan. It's also providing you the intangibles that you're lacking so that business can thrive, which I'm sure that you pushed back against. You didn't want that. You just wanted his money. And I'm willing to bet my last dime that Cam could feel it in his solar plexus that all you wanted was his money. And this is why you're not supposed to give a woman too much too fast, because she'll fall in love with your hand and not your heart. In a situation like that, I think he did the right thing. Let me tell you some advice for all the women that are listening. A man will be willing to spend anything on a woman who can multiply his worth. You appear to be a net negative, my good sis.
And it really is an interesting read from the, she calls herself a body language expert. A lot of people can call themselves a lot of different things, but it's interesting. It's very interesting. Some of the things that they were talking about. I would like to see some more photos, because I did see one where they were together, right? And kind of like she was saying, he's often in the pursuit position, like he's behind her, her back is fully turned. I do see a lot of photos like that, particularly I want to say in the 90s. Was it like maybe the mid to like late 90s, maybe 2000s? I can't remember. There was a specific type of picture where it was soft. Like it had like a softness to it, like really soft, and it had like a glow. A lot of women like those pictures. A lot of women like those pictures, man. I hated it. It looked weird, but they liked it. So, you saw a lot of people in that pose in those types of pictures, right? And they've been married for God knows how many years. But I do understand what she's saying. When you look at the videos and you see this type of stuff, it does kind of make you wonder if some of these modern women, like say for instance, some of these ladies, they might say, well, I think, say for instance, a white guy is the cream of the crop. So I really want a white guy, but the white guy don't want me. right? I want Chad, but Chad don't want me. And so I got to get with an Indian guy, and he got money. So that's the best that I can do. I should be pretty enough. And I thought I was going to be able to get, you know, and ingratiate myself into white culture. And they think that, you know, because he's not white, then he must be nothing. But, you know, maybe at some point in time, you should stop focusing on what this culture has and what this culture is doing and focus on how to. That's the problem with these modern women. They focus on what everybody else got going on, but they don't focus on what I can build with my man for myself. You're too focused on, well, they got this, they got that. So do you. The man sits around white people. So obviously he's cool enough to be white. He's sitting around, he's going on tour. I think he does stand up. So obviously he's cool enough to be around the people that you want to be with. And I'm not trying to make this a race thing, but this is the way some women think. They might say, oh, well, you know, it'd be the same concept, but with athletes. Oh, if he's not a CEO, then you know, he can't really offer me anything. If he's not an athlete, then, you know, what are we really doing together? I want to get around an athlete, so maybe I ingratiate myself with him, and he leads me to a singer. And now I'm in pop culture, I'm in fashion. I get to meet people like Tyra. I guess if Tyra Banks is still doing that, I get to meet people like Tyra Banks. And that's how I got my start in the industry, through my man, I'm so high profile. It's the same concept, but it might be focused on in like a culture or race or ethnicity, or its status is basically what it is in different lenses is what she's trying to get at, right? And this is what men get upset about. So I'd say to her, like, if this stuff that you're doing, man, you better be careful.
But what if I perform the task? What does that mean?
It means you're going to perform the tasks.
I don't have a bra.
Do you have a bra?
Actually.
No.
You have implants.
Okay.
You put them down. And my dual chargers. Go. Yeah, and my dual chargers, please.
Hi there. You got stopped by one of the most senior deputies in the world. What happened?
Of course. I'm from New York. But he told me to turn and I turned.
No, I'm getting some strong odors of alcohol coming from the vehicle. You have anything to drink tonight?
No.
No? Did you have anything to drink tonight?
No, sir.
Young lady, do you mind stepping out of the vehicle for me, please? So, I wasn't really asking. I was really just telling you I need you to step out of the vehicle. Just come on over here for me. What's going to happen is this red light's going to move from side to side. I'm going to ask you to follow it with your eyes and your eyes only, not moving your head. You understand?
Just my...
Just your eyes. Don't move your head. Okay, do me a favor. Either return to the vehicle. Okay, yeah, I'll return. Thank you. And do not begin the task until I instruct you to do so. Well, we're not talking to anybody right now. We're not going to do the tasks.
Nikki.
By refusing to perform the tasks I'm requesting of you, it may be used against
Call
you.
the lawyer.
It may be used against you in court.
No, I'm not doing this.
Okay, so you're refusing to do the tasks.
Yep.
A
Either I
decision
can
tonight.
do this now,
You can do the task now, or I have to base a decision off of everything I've seen so far. It means either you go to jail or you don't. That's the decision.
Well, I don't want to go to jail.
Are you going to perform the tasks? Yes or no?
But what if I perform the task? What does that mean?
That means you're going to perform the tasks. Are you going to perform the tasks?
Nope.
Yes or no? Okay.
No.
So, being placed you under arrest. Unlock your hands. We're in this car right here.
Frankie, call your dad.
Routine's fine. Just need you 51 over.
Go ahead and stand up for me.
2442 Border Street, Sonoma.
So right there. Do you have anything on you that's going to poke me or stick me? No. Do you have anything on you at all? Anything in your pockets? No. Okay. What's in here? My jewel charger. I thought you said you didn't have anything in your pockets. It's a jewel charger. Cool. For a vape. Something. Anything in your boots? No. Are you positive? Yeah, you can say. I can't take them off, but you can. But wait. Alright, you have to like hold them like keep them on. I'm not taking them off. Do you have anything in your bra?
I don't have a bra.
Do you have a bra?
Actually.
You don't.
You have implants.
Okay. You put them down.
Alright, get my jewel chargers, please.
And my jewel chargers. Go.
Yeah, and my jewel chargers, please.
She'll grab them. Just hang on 1 second. Here.
I seen this girl say she took accountability, said that she lost a possible husband because she said he was amazing. She said, but she like something's missing.
That's so
And then she
triggering.
said it's no one. It wasn't until after she left the relationship she realized she needed to heal from her past because what was missing was chaos. She was used to chaos in relationships. She was used to toxic relationships.
Yeah.
She said that's how her parents' relationship was. So that's the relationship she got into.
Yeah.
And she said that's what was missing. She needed chaos.
Some women don't know how to deal with emotionally balanced and intelligent men because they literally have never dealt with it. So you might be like, something may happen and you might sit down, well, can we sit down and talk about what happened? They might be like, oh, because they're used to you either going off the handle or flipping out. And they're like, that's intimidating because now you facing what they're like, I don't want to deal with that.
I don't want to be with anyone who need drama to feel love, like, or cause drama just for like, for love or for sex, whatever. No. I'm too old for that.
I'm entirely too old for that. I'm not doing it.
You in your Barney stage. You can't have that.
Yeah, I don't have time for drama. I love you. You love me. Let's make a happy family.
See what I mean?
Unapologetic.
Podcast.
Unapologetic.
Yeah.
Back on the pod with the folks. Back on the pod with the jokes.
Ha funny.
Talk.
I was very
manipulative. What did that look like for a woman to be manipulative?
Oh, I'm going to tell you what you want to hear. And I'm going to act like I'm so in love with you. But the truth is, I don't love you because to love somebody, you have to respect them.
Ooh.
And respect comes from trust. I can't respect something I can't trust.
Wow.
Right?
Oh.
And even though respect is given and trust is earned, they go hand in hand. They're in tandem.
Yeah.
So manipulation looks like, nah, the truth is, we're dating and I'm comfortable here, but I know I'm not going to settle here because you're loyal to me, but I'm loyal to myself.
Oh my.
So you never felt connection, you only felt attachment. And now I understand from this whole catch and release generation that the fact that I am starving you and depriving you of emotional fulfillment and spiritual security, and I am depriving you of the desire that you have to take it to the next level, the covenant. Do you know how many people asked me to marry them and I laughed? Like, oh, would you marry? Not ask me, like, get down on a knee, but hey, so would you get married? No, I don't think so. No. And it's funny because then when I got saved, that's all I want. Isn't it funny?
Oh my gosh.
The very thing you hate, you become.
Wow.
Ladies, you need to understand this. There is a built-in thing in your husband's heart, and it only goes towards you, nobody else in the world. In your husband's heart, there's this built-in thing that says, she's right. Whatever you say about your husband, his heart will begin to believe she's right. So if you tear him down, so if you say things like this, little comments, he's just a big goofball. Everybody knows sorry about my husband. He's kind of an idiot. Bless his heart. If I want anything done, I got to take care of it myself. Or you're like a walking fact checker. You know, he married a fact checker, not a wife. If you do that, then what happens is his heart starts to go, man, she's probably right. I probably don't got it. But watch this, ladies. If you use your words to place a crown on his head, there is glory in you. There is more in you than you can possibly imagine. You are a man of integrity, courage, conviction, godliness. Whatever it is, then his heart goes, she's right. So ladies, watch this. Don't do this thing. What you need to do, don't focus on the 7 areas where he's struggling. Focus on the 1 area in your husband's life where you see evidence of grace, and use your words to pour rocket fuel on that thing. And it's going to grow and grow and grow and grow. And it can turn him into something he would never be. This is my story, that he would never be without you.
What's your age?
Do I have to say that? I'm 36.
Are you single?
No.
You have a man?
Yes.
How long have you been with him?
5 years.
At 5 years in, has your man proposed to you yet?
Oh, God, no.
Why do you think he hasn't got down on his knee?
Well, this is a little personal, you don't think? One, I would say past relationship traumas. Two, I would say maybe things I might have said that made him kind of like question, you know, is she gonna walk away and, you know, stuff like that. Because, you know, sometimes when we get angry, we say certain things and we plant seeds in a way. That's what I'm saying. But honestly, it shouldn't be no reason.
What if he came to you and he said, you know what, I'll never propose. Would you stay?
Yes.
So what would make you even open to doing that?
I love him.
So the marriage doesn't really mean a thing?
No, it's just a piece of paper. I feel like we built a lot more together. So for me to just let him go because I don't have a ring on my finger, that would be crazy. I'm not saying that he won't eventually do it or it's not a possibility for it. It's going to happen. But if it don't ever happen, no, I'm not leaving.
I don't think women fully understand the power that their touch has on their husband. Last night, my husband and I were just sitting on the couch and I looked at him and said, let's go to bed. Let me hold you. Maybe I said with our clothes off too. That part's optional, but recommended. We got in bed and I started rubbing my hands over his neck, his shoulders, and I could just feel it. The weight, the stress, the pure exhaustion just slowly start to melt away under my hands. For just that little bit of time, he finally relaxed. He didn't have to carry it all. In that moment, I carried him. And that's exactly what so many men do not get enough of. And if you are a wife listening to this, do not underestimate what your hands can do. Your touch isn't just affection. It's a kind of peace only you can give him. Because a wife's hands, they are healing. And sometimes that's all your husband needs.
And as you can see, a lot of these modern women, they think they can do whatever they want to do. You cannot do that. I mean, you know, I think there was a lady that got stopped by the cops. You think you're too cute? You think, oh man, they probably coming back from the club, right? Oh, I'm going to go out here, I'm going to club, and it's okay. We can just drive it home, drive it off. It's fine, we're okay. But if you're looking in her eyes, you can already see, you probably don't need it. Her eyes are almost glazed over. You don't need to be out here on the roads. Modern women don't really think about stuff like that. And to be fair, when you're drunk or you're buzzed, well, not buzzed, but like when you're drunk, you're intoxicated, you're not really thinking about stuff like that, right? Yeah. And even when you're buzzed, you're thinking, I'm just a little buzzed, I'll be all right. And you try to drive home. You don't understand a lot of times you're putting yourself and the people in the car and the people driving other cars around you in danger. And modern women, you know, it just goes into how trivial they make important things. Oh, don't worry about it. I can get out of this. Oh, you know, it's fine. It's an inconvenience. And these types of women, because they think they're so cute, they'll be back out on the street after they get bailed out doing it again. Oh, my daddy has money, or, you know, I'm cute. I should probably be able to do something to get myself off. So, it's okay. I live life on the edge. I live life above the law. Until you actually hurt somebody, and now the law has to crack down on you. And then you crying and boo-hooing and screaming like, why this happened to me? No, you should be asking, why did I do this to somebody else?
How tall are you?
I'm 6'1", but I'm about 6'5" right now.
Would you say that dating at 6'5" is just as easy for you as it is shorter woman?
No, probably harder for me a little bit.
Why is that the case?
I find a lot of men who don't want tall women. I was actually talking with my friend who's 6'5" without heels, and they often feel like they have to compete with us. So it's very hard to date a woman who's very tall. I would say 5'10" plus. If a man is competitive, it will come out for sure.
But what's your preference? Does your man have to be taller than you two?
No, I would say my preference of what I like would be 5'10" and up. I'm 6'1", like I said, without heels. But if it is my soulmate and he's 5'8", I would totally be with him. I've dated a guy that's 5'8", so.
So why do so many men get caught up in, I'm not 6 foot, she's probably not even going to give me a shot?
Because unfortunately, a lot of women do judge height, and a lot of women do have this trend of, he needs to be 6 foot plus, he needs to be 6 foot plus, and it's like a check. It's like a box they have to check. And it's going to limit so many women from being actually happy, because if you're hyper-focused on the physical, you're never going to be happy. Looks fade very quickly. Height fades very quickly. If looks were all that mattered, Hollywood couples would never break up. I dealt with it when I was younger, and when I listened to the haters of men saying, oh, I want a short girl, I want a little girl, I want a little side piece, I don't want a tall girl that's taller than me. And now I don't listen to that. I listen to the positivity and I embrace that. And I hope that men do the same when they hear women like me say height doesn't matter.
The only thing men really need to learn is that you will never be able to make a woman happy. You just can't. If you last too long, then that's too much. But if you last too little, then that's too little. If you want too much intimacy, then you're being pushy. If you don't want intimacy at all, then you're cheating. You can remember to take out the trash, but she's going to remember that you didn't do the dishes. You can give her child support, and you can give her over that and pay all of the in-between, and it's never enough. But when you pay nothing, then you're a deadbeat and she's still not happy. You could plan the perfect date, but if you didn't spend enough, then it's still not good enough. But if you don't plan a date, then you're a loser that puts in no effort. Women who don't have boobs want boobs. Women who don't have want. Women who have too much want a small. If you text too much, then you're basically a simp. But if you text too little, then you're a loser who doesn't care. You could buy her exactly what she wants, but if it's the wrong color, then it's still not exactly what she wants. You could give her all of the affirmation and all of the emotional support, but she's always going to remember the one time that you didn't. If you work too much, then you're not spending enough time with her. But then if you cut your hours and you're home with her more often, but you're making less money, then you're broke and you're basically a loser. If you watch too much football or have a hobby with the guys, then you're not invested in her. But if you don't have any hobbies or any other interests other than her, then you're a simp. Until you understand this as a man, that it's not your job or your responsibility to continuously make her happy, and that you can't make her happy, your life will be a lot easier. Okay, bye.
Like, remember we asked you a question about like, oh, how do you want your woman to contribute to the household? And he was like, well, if she's not satisfied with what I'm contributing to the household, then maybe she needs to contribute to the household.
How do you feel about 50-50? Would you be paying 100%?
It depends on the lifestyle that whoever I'm with wants to live. And we make 150. If that's fine with you, then that's fine. But if you're saying, I think that we need to be up to 250, then you go get you 100,000. You know what I'm saying? It's whatever you're comfortable with.
Let me say what was said, because I don't want you to, like, miss...
What you meant?
No, I'll tell you what I actually said.
Okay. What did you say?
If I have, $150,000 job and I'm providing a lifestyle, if she's okay with that, she don't gotta work at all.
Right.
But if she's like, well, I want to do this or I want to do something different, then either she would say, I'm going to do this to contribute, or she would help me in my business to grow for more than what we have. Does that make sense? It does not make sense.
Okay. I'm talking to Vince, and the energy just seems a little bit combative.
What I just said right now, did you hear that?
Right this second?
Yeah. I'm sorry, but did you hear that then?
No.
Okay, so that's what I'm saying.
I don't have it in me to go back and forth with a man, so I'm realizing that I'm not connecting with Vince.
That's why I'm saying you didn't hear me. Because if you did, then this is what you would have heard.
I tried.
Unless your husband's making 6 to 7 figures, I don't think you should even consider being a stay-at-home wife, and here's why. I recently made a post about being a stay-at-home wife is one of the most treacherous and dangerous positions a woman can put herself into. And I got some comments like, well, isn't the estate 50-50 in Texas? Isn't it all marital property? Let me show you. I think we can all agree on this. That husband is working his job, doing the career ladder, going up, up, up. Because he has a wife at home that's able to care for the children. He doesn't have to take sick days. He doesn't have to call in from work. He can really focus on his career. Wife kind of stagnates. She's doing the at-home stuff. And there's a lot of value to that. And it's surprising to me how many men don't understand the value of labor. The fact that you don't have to stay home when a child's sick. The wife's running all the errands. A lot of times the wife is contributing to that husband's business. And so you're like, well, aren't wives safe because, especially in Texas, everything's community property? Well, this is why I say, unless your husband is a stud and making good money, I wouldn't even consider it. So let me show you the numbers and the breakdown. Let's say your husband is just an average Joe. He has every tool in his arsenal to be making more, doing more, and all of that. But let's just say he just ain't that dude. He, is making $70,000 and retires making $80,000 or $85,000. I'm sorry, if you have a stay-at-home wife, your job is to excel in business and be making more, and that would be complete letdown to me if I was a stay-at-home wife and my dude just ended up being average.
They be saying like a woman would submit naturally if a man was leading properly. I be saying like that. And I just be wondering, if I gotta go off and do my man on my own, right? Develop my leadership skills and all that. Why the do I have to make you submissive? Ooh. Why do I have to make you a follower? Again, I'm not talking to y'all because nobody ever wears that shoe. I'm not talking to y'all. I just be seeing these memes that say that men are the reason that women are not feminine and that men are the reason. I'm not saying we ain't got nothing to do with it. I'm just saying if I solely have to do with my process as far as me becoming a leader and becoming more masculine or whatever you deem that to be, then why is it that I also have to be responsible for the process that you have to go through to become an effective follower? I'm just saying if I gotta go do my work, you go do yours, and let's meet when we both healthy. You feel me? Because a lot of these questions be coming from an unhealthy place. You expect a man to somehow bring a structure into some that you're not ready to follow.
He said it all.
Somebody tell me why I have a beautiful house, warm, cozy, and yet this is where my husband is.
Because it's your house, right? Not you and your husband's house. That's why he's out there, because the garage is most likely the only place where he has a say-so in anything. I bet you anything it's the only place that he's been able to decorate himself. It's been the only place where he's been able to decide on furniture. It's probably the only place where he can watch the sports that he wants to watch on his TV. It's probably the only place in his house where he can actually just sit down and relax without being told what he needs to do next. I bet you anything he could even fall asleep. He could close his eyes and take like a 15-minute nap without getting yelled at. It's probably the only place where he can actually feel at peace, even though he's in this foldable chair that's probably not that comfortable, but he has the dog on his lap, so that helps keep him warm. That's why, ladies, that's why he's looking for solitude. He's looking for his own place where he can find peace, even if it's just briefly, because remember, the rest of the place is your house, not his.
Lauren, which one of y'all started complaining about the women going to the men's restroom? This is crazy word. Got us in line because y'all feel some type of way. Equal rights.
Did they really just say equal rights? As if that was some sort of gotcha moment in this particular situation? Oh dear. And personally, I do find it rather amusing when individuals like to use words seemingly without actually understanding what they mean, but I digress. But equal rights in this situation does not mean that the women need to have access to the men's restroom, because they have equal opportunity by having equal access to their respective restrooms. Now, a person could argue, I suppose, that there should be more women's restrooms, but that would be something to take up with the owner or manager of that particular facility. But the real question is, if the line was longer for the men's restroom than the women's, how many women, in the spirit of equal rights, would be willing to let the men in their restroom with them?
Really, I feel like Tripp made the same comment that a lot of men are making, a lot of men are saying. If I as a man have to go off and do the things that I'm supposed to do in order to be considered a leader, not only by women and in society, right? Why is it that you guys don't have to do anything? You guys don't have to do any work, right? Your healing, and what comes out of it is, well, I've been on my healing journey, right? So what did you learn after that? To be divine, to be feminine, to be beautiful. right? But what does that look like? What does that entail? What do you now do? What skills do you have? Maybe that you didn't have before. Or maybe you have the same skills, but they are expressed in a different way. Maybe you have some behaviors, but you've turned them around and now they express themselves in a different way. What does that look like? Over and over again, we ask women for a book summary, for a book report, for a slideshow, a presentation on how they have improved, and can never get it.